Aloha, folks. It is I, the Great Clement, and we are now playing a game I actually started playing about 2 years ago. Then I made 3 parts, and the quality was so shit, I was just disgusted with it. But I'm back, and I'm going to be playing Disney's Quackshot, starring Donald Duck. This game is on the Sega Genesis, and it's basically, what if Donald Duck was Indiana Jones? Well, apparently instead of getting a lot of treasure, he'd fall in a lot of holes. But, this is like one of the early Sega Genesis video games. Like, it even has that old, you know, box art for the Sega Genesis with the stripes and everything. And, my cousin used to own Quackshot, and I never actually had a Sega Genesis when I was a kid growing up. Every time I played Sega Genesis games, it's because I always went to my cousin's house to play the various Sega Genesis or Sega Genesi. What is the plural for Genesises? Genesi? I don't know. Sounds like genocide, but regardless. My cousin used to have Quackshot, and every time I came over, I would always play the hell out of this game. I loves it. The music is amazing. The platforming is great. And I hope you all enjoy the ride, because it's a fantastic game. Anywho, folks, the plot is very simple. Donald Duck finds a book called King Garuzia's Great Duck Treasure. And, you know, the dude hid a lot of treasure somewhere, and it's up to Donald to find this treasure because, well, he wants to be rich, and Uncle Scrooge is not going to give him a goddamn dime because Uncle Scrooge is a greedy bastard. Seriously, I never got why people hang around Uncle Scrooge in you know, DuckTales or anything, really. He seemed like such an asshole. I would do voiceovers for Donald, but I cannot do a Donald Duck impression at all. My cousin can, but I'm not going to bring him over to do the commentary for my video games. Oh, God. Like, you want to hear my take on Donald Duck? Like, this is my version of Donald Duck.
I'm Donald Duck!
Oh, fucking... Holy shit. That kills my throat. I can't do Donald Duck for the life of me. Just saying like 4 words kills my throat. It's like I have these voices I can do that will kill my throat if I need it to. If I ever need laryngitis, if I ever need to be like a mute for work or something and be like, I'm sorry, I can't talk anymore, all I have to do are like 3 different voices. Donald Duck, Dr. Claw, and I'm trying to think of a third one, but there's a third one, I know. These voices are impossible to do.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time. I am the Great Clement.
Oh, okay. No more. Oh, Jesus. Alright, here's the map select screen. We can actually go to any place we want. We can go to Duckburg, we can go to Mexico, we can go to Transylvania. Apparently the North America has gigantic in the Disney world because it's so much wider, and Duckburg is on the very left of it. I'm not sure how Disney's world exists, but yeah. You are Donald Duck, you're dressed as Indiana Jones, you're looking for treasure. Though we're not looking very far because now we're in Duckburg, the place we started off at, but I digress. The things I just picked up were hot chili peppers. You pick up 5 in a row, and Donald goes apeshit crazy for a short period of time. He keeps running no matter what. You cannot stop him from running. He will always run. He's invincible. He plows through anything he runs across. Donald has quite the temper, and when he's pissed, he obliterates everything. Hey, look, a guy. You won't be able to continue much farther without the right tools to climb high walls. So basically, I came to this level for no reason. I hit a dead end. There's nothing left to do here. Every time you clear a level, you stick a flag in the ground, and using this flag, you can then recall your airplane to pick you up and take you back to the stage select. This is a bit of a backtracking type of game where you have to find certain items which will unlock certain doorways, or at least certain things that will help you traverse through the area, you know? It's kind of Metroid-ish, but, you know, this game's not nearly big enough to be Metroid, and you won't get lost in Quackshot. It's impossible to get lost in Quackshot, let's just say that. But yeah, Donald is armed with a plunger gun. He shoots plungers at his enemies. I'm not sure where he's getting all these plungers. I don't know why he thought plungers would be an effective weapon against people. But, yeah, he's got a plunger. Now, when you actually hit enemies with the plunger, you don't actually kill them. You just stun them for a short period of time so that you can walk by them. And you do get popcorn, and you can use the popcorn to shoot enemies, and the popcorn will kill enemies. It will obliterate them and send them flying off the screen. So popcorn's a good weapon to kill enemies with. But, you know, you can still use the plungers to defeat bosses. You still use plungers to, you know, get past enemies. So it's still useful as a weapon. It's just, be warned, they'll stop being shaky for a while, and then they'll start moving again. So the plunger is not a kill move. It's just a freeze them for a short period of time move, and then keep going, you know. Donald Duck refills his health with food. There are ice cream. There is chicken. Chicken is by far the best. I think chicken fills full health, I believe. It might be full health or at least like 5 blocks of health. But you definitely want the chicken anytime you see chicken. Though it's kind of perverse, isn't it? Like, Donald Duck is a bird. He's eating chicken for full health. I mean, doesn't he feel like a bit of a cannibal? I mean, it's another bird, right? I mean, I wouldn't eat another person for sustenance. I don't care how good it is for me. Ice cream only fills 1 block of health. And, yeah. Enemies usually carry some kind of purse or backpack. You shoot them, they'll drop an item. Whether it's corn for attacking enemies with, whether it's turkey, you know. Anything, anytime you see an enemy with a purse, you want to shoot him. Donald, don't you need a special key to enter these ruins? A team of explorers returned to Duckburg with it. It's called the Hero Key.
Thank you, sweet senorita.
Oh god, I can't even do that. God, that's the worst Donald Duck. I apologize profusely. So, let's go back to Duckburg, because now we know the Hero Key's there. Hey, have you seen the Hero Key? I've got it right here. Are you a hero? I'm trying to be a hero. Then take it. This is the worst guard I've ever seen. You just went to fucking Mexico to find that hero key, and, like, you just give it away when a guy tells you he's trying to be a hero? What an idiot. This guy is stupider than Knuckles the Echidna from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Shut up!
Oh, but I digress. Now that we have the hero key, we can go back to Mexico to unlock the door to that hidden dungeon. And, yeah, the good thing about backtracking is, like, you don't have to play through the whole level again. When you stick a flag somewhere, that's where your plane's always going to be landing from now on. So, you know, going back to Duckburg, going back to Mexico, I don't have to keep playing the level over and over and over again. That would just get tiresome, I think. So yeah, this is our first real dungeon-ish kind of area. There's lots of ladders to climb, lots of fireballs, which are inexplicably going in circles and jumping. I don't know why. Is this place supposed to be haunted? I don't know. In order to traverse through this area, you have to freeze those block-type enemies with your plunger, and when they're frozen, you can then climb on top of them for an extra boost of, an extra boost to get higher, you know. The enemy types in this area are just fireballs and the assholes who throw fireballs. But again, they could be frozen with the plunger, then you just walk right by them. A lot of spikes here too, but don't worry, this isn't like Mega Man where spikes will kill you in one hit. Oh, thank God, because I was gonna take a licking right there if I didn't. If this wasn't like Mega Man, or if this was like Mega Man, I should say. I tried to show off my popcorn, but then I was like, oh wait, I need these guys to freeze with my plunger. Yeah, this is one of the few Disney games that I think is actually pretty fun to play. I like Magical Mystery Quest on the Super Nintendo, and the Great Circus Mystery on the Super Nintendo. But other than that, most Disney games I find are pretty awful. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is an exception, but you could argue that mixing it with Final Fantasy is just weird, and you don't like it because of that. Like Donald Duck and Sephiroth being in the same game, that's just fucking weird, man. I don't care how good the game is, it's just fucking weird. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like all these different Disney games. I liked Aladdin on the Super Nintendo. Aladdin was awesome. And actually, I liked Aladdin on the Sega Genesis, too. There's this awful Mickey Mouse magical mirror thing on the GameCube. That was a train wreck, and thank God I'm not ever gonna play that. Basically, what the tangent I was going on into is that Quackshot is one of those few good Disney games. Hey, it's Goofy! Gosh, Donald, it's swell to see you! Goofy, what are you doing here? Yeah, really, what the fuck are you doing here? Oh, just looking around. You were looking around a dungeon, which apparently you need a hero key to get in? How does that work? I found this type of plunger. You want it? Yeah. Maybe if you shoot it at walls and things, it'll help you reach high places. And Gyro in Duckburg is looking for you. Alright, so we got a new item, the red plunger. It's the same as the yellow plunger. We also got a map. 1 sun, 2 moon, 3 star. We'll find out the significance of that riddle later. But with the red plunger, you can now stick them to walls and climb up walls with them. So, you know, it's a good item. And because we just heard that Gyro's in Duckburg, well, obviously we have to go back to Duckburg. We do have to backtrack out of the dungeon to get back to the airplane flag, but all the stone pillars things that we froze to get higher through the level, they've actually disappeared so that we can jump down without any worries of running into them. So it's going to be quicker getting out. I can't remember if I could just die and then I'll start at the beginning or if I'll start at Goofy. I should have tested that out, because if I die, I'm already at the entrance, and I keep the red plunger and stuff, so maybe I should have just kept jumping into the spikes and stuff. I don't know, someone could test that out, or someone who's played the game just as much as me can tell me if they found that out, but yeah. Yeah, turkey must fill your full health. That was a huge leap in health. There are cash bags that the enemies drop as well, but it's literally only for score. And it's kind of weird because in the end credits of this game, they don't actually show you your score. So it's like, pay attention to your score after the during the final boss fight. Otherwise, score is meaningless, points is meaningless. It's just there because, you know, video games have points, don't you know? So back to Duckburg. Now that we have the red plunger, we can scale the wall and meet up with Gyro. Oh wait, I can't ignore DuckTales on the NES. DuckTales on the NES is fucking awesome too. Some of the best music because of Capcom. Capcom knows what they're doing. Capcom did the Aladdin game for Super Nintendo as well. They didn't do it for the Genesis. Genesis was by Virgin Entertainment. Yeah, that's the popcorn in action. So even the turtle enemies, they usually hide in their shells, and the plungers can't affect them if they're hiding in their shells. But when they're hiding, popcorn still pretty much obliterates them no matter what. So, popcorn is a deadly weapon. However, you do fire it by the 5s, so it wastes pretty quickly. You can only carry like 60 or so at a time. So, you know, that's not many shots. I say popcorn is really only useful for boss fights. Getting through enemies, I find, is not really much of a hassle. If you find the platforming in this game difficult, then by all means, use the popcorn. And now with this section, we are riding the live wires, and you have to jump from, you know, handle to handle because a lot of the wires are cut and electrified, and we don't want to get shocked and fall to our deaths, obviously. So every time you see electrical wire, you'll probably see another handle just before you see the electrical wire. Just jump for the other handle and you should be good to go. It takes some precise jumping here, but it's not too bad, honestly. Hey, it's Gyro. We found him. Donald, just the fellow I wanted to see. Would you please try out my newest invention? It's bubblegum ammo. When you use it in your shooter, it makes exploding bubbles. I'll give you more whenever you run out.
Thank you, Gyro.
Ugh, why am I doing this? Bubblegum ammo is the other type of weapon we have. We'll be seeing more of it in part 2, but yeah. I like the smiling moon in the background. I also like singing along to the music, and that's what I'm doing on screen, because anytime I can't move anywhere, anytime I'm stuck in place, I tend to move my character's body to the music. But I digress. See you in part 2.